Okay. All right, Mr. Haywood, let's talk real quick about your observation that I had with you. I believe it was Tuesday, right? So in this observation, um, you talk about you're going to go over the metric and customary issue, and then if you look right down here, it talks about here is the standard that you were going to go over. Among different size standard measurement units, mass, weight, length, time, etc., within a given measurement system, and use these conversions in solving multi-step real-world problems. And that is the beginning of what your learning target was. So what I saw was, is I saw that you essentially were going over, um, like it was note taking. And note taking in math is an application. It's not really a note taking thing. And they're going to get more of what they need to be thinking about if they're using it in a real world application. And that's the part that I kind of like. Again, we're running back on the same consistency line. I have to have you be able to give them something that they can do for me to see that they're moving from just note taking and that actual like doing application. And math is so simple at that. So if you can look at your report here, I mean, the assignment activities, there really weren't any for that whole lesson, even though the lesson, I'm going to show you one that you could have done easily. Um, I mean, it was a one because they did nothing. You just had them copy notes off of them. And that is just not acceptable. Um, the feedback was a one because again, they're not doing anything. Their student behavior, student participation, all that is a two. And because I can't give you threes until I see students work. And I really can't give you threes until I see you actually push students to do a certain assignment. Right now, I see you small grouping with already teaching the lesson, but I don't see you facilitating the direction of the lesson. And this is going to have to come with planning. This is going to have to come with you having the ability to like think about what exactly is the standard saying and what should I do. This is easy. I mean, real world problems. We measure things all the time. So how can I get them to do real world problems? Also, at our CST, if you remember correctly, I was like, I have to see you use manipulative, something that they can put their hands on. This would have been a great time for that. So let me just show you an example because I want to show you what I thought you could do. Well, first of all, we're talking about measurement. You could easily just throw up a ruler or given out rulers to the students. And what you want to talk about was centimeter and a millimeter. Well, each one of these is a centimeter, right? And I would just ask them, all right, each one of these little squiggly lines is a millimeter. Well, how many millimeters did it take to make 1 centimeter? And have them count. And then all you'd have to do is go, okay, well, let's look this up. Okay, so what I've got here is you're telling me that 1 centimeter equals 10 millimeters, right? Is that what you're saying? And they're like, yes, that's what we're saying, Mr. Haywood. Okay. So what did I do from here to here? Oh, all I did was multiply this by 10. Is that right? 1 times 10 is what? 10. So if I had 6 centimeters, well, how many millimeters do you think I would have? You would have 60. Ah, very good. Well, what a decimeter is it's 10 centimeters, right? So for every 10 centimeters, I have 1 decimeter. Okay. So if that happens, then what happens if I have 20 centimeters? What do you think is going to happen then? Okay. This is just basic, just really just get a basic. But if they're able to count and able to group off, then they have a better chance of understanding what concept you're discussing. But then you could have gone straight into manipulatives, you know? So this right here, if this was my centimeters, right? Then what would these be? These would be my what? Millimeters, right? And then this would have been my decimeter. And this block here would have been my meter. And I could have run things right there like, all right, get out 5 centimeters. And they get out 5 of these rods. Okay, how many millimeters are in there? How many decimeters? Because that right there is going to let you know. It's going to tell you how many, it's going to let you know what exactly, how you can relate the system of 10 to the system of measurement. And I could come up with real world problems. Uh, Langley has a square with 30 decimeters, but her teacher says she wants it in centimeters. What does she do? I mean, the thing is a quick lesson, but this lesson would have made more sense to your students than having them write down in a sheet because they would have done the discovery and they would have made the connection. And anytime a kid makes a connection, it's way better than if you make the connection for them. And that's the great thing about math. Math is just letting them make the connection. It's the aha moment. I'm letting you know this, Mr. Haywood, and I'm saying it again. I've got to see manipulatives. So on this video, at the end of this video, you will see that it's going to ask you what manipulatives and what day are you going to use on the week that we come back. And I got to come in and see that because I need to know what day. So watch this video and then fill out the question at the end of the video. And that way I'll have a time that I want to come in and see. If you need any more questions, you can go ahead and ask me. But I know you know how to do this. I need for you to take the time to plan. Okay? So that's really, I mean, until I see that, I can't move these twos to threes. I think that's only fair because we've discussed this so many times. So, and I know you know how to do it. I just need you to do it. You got to let them make connections. All right. All right. Talk to you next 2 weeks from now.